Welcome to another one of our insights and updates training for pool funding. I just want to kind of take a leap into the future, not too far in the future, but I want to take a step into the future that I'm looking at now and kind of give you guys an experience with it, um, because looks like the hot topic of these days is AI. So let's talk about AI for a minute here. Let's jump into the future for what it's going to be like being a part of pool funding. Once we have the custom agent, and I've mentioned that before, that we want to make it possible for people to end up with their own personal um, customized uh, agent that knows all about pool funding, and then you can train it to do other things. So, all right. So imagine coming in to pool funding at this point in the future. And it's difficult for me to put a timeline on. Is it a month from now? Is it 2 months from now? It's difficult for me to do that, but it's something like that, hopefully before the end of the year. Where a person joins, they come in with a starter package. Let's just call it a package because we're going to package into the being a part of pool funding, that they could come in and get an AI agent, day number one. How's that sound, guys?
Sounds great.
As a, as a,
Sounds excellent.
as a starting package. Now,
Yeah,
um,
it's a good idea.
yeah, and then these agents have the ability to communicate verbally on more than one platform. Not just by phone, but WhatsApp, um, Messenger, probably Telegram. I didn't see that on the list we were looking at yesterday, but I imagine it could probably work on Telegram as well. But I know for sure WhatsApp and Messenger, that's pretty powerful, right? What's great about both WhatsApp and Messenger is there's no uh, consumption of minutes and cost per minute, when it comes to that. But when you're using like a cell phone, sometimes there's those costs, and it varies on which country you're calling and all that. But I just looked up WhatsApp, and I've been resisting being a part of WhatsApp for the longest time because I've been able to manage to run things, on an administrative level for many years, doing various things over time, without much interruption. I've always kind of seen WhatsApp will be like a gate that you open it up and it's hard to shut it down. As far as like how much you can draw my attention, I get a lot of my attention gets drawn away from what I'm doing just on Telegram alone. But I'm probably going to open that gate because I want to be able to explore that and have some experiences with it myself. But there's 3 billion people on WhatsApp, or there's 3 billion users or accounts currently on WhatsApp. And it turns out that most people outside of the US, they really rely on WhatsApp as a way to communicate verbally because using cell phones can be very, very expensive in other countries. Things are just I think a lot of things that people in North America take for granted, people don't have that same experience outside of North America. They pay through the nose when it comes to using a phone to do phone calls. So they do, these apps such as WhatsApp and Messenger are widely used by a lot of people as a way of just communicating, talking to each other. It rings just like a phone, and they answer just like a phone, but they're not being charged by the minute. That makes sense, guys? So with an AI agent, um, one that's able to communicate and let's just say it has the ability to be very persuasive, in selling people on pool funding, right? So a well trained AI agent that's persuasive and assertive, and that has a determination to convince people that they should be a part of pool funding. How does that sound? Okay. So
Great.
Great.
I've seen some examples, like with real estate and other things, how these agents are being used in that kind of way. And it's like, okay, that's good. So I could be training my very first AI agent as early as today. So about pool funding, I'm working with Garrett. Garrett's kind of my AI go-to guy. He's part of our community, and he's helping us, to fill these orders that we have, um, with the leagues done for you, and ultimately also with people that I promised to get them some paid signups out of Pool Match Me. So in the $10 pool. So as we get that ironed out, um, what we can see right now is that people need to have a clear demonstration of the power of this technology. Okay. And right now, they're not quite getting that with the current, what we have put together so far for AI. Okay. um, we have people going to a page right now where they're watching a short video, like 5-minute video, that kind of talks about how AI can help a person succeed in pool funding, and then that leads them over to onboarding. But as I was talking to Garrett about this just 12 hours ago, um, I'm like, there's a missing piece here that we need to actually demonstrate. There has to be a demo, right? You can't go from. So I think we'd have a lot more, orders filled had we had a demo in place. But what we've got is just information leading to onboarding, and we need a demo that right in between. And what we need to demonstrate is the salesmanship of AI about pool funding, and insert that right on the page before they even start to onboard. That they actually have a verbal conversation with an AI agent embedded into our website that knows all about pool funding based on how I would train it. Okay. And so it would basically answer things, the way I would want them to be answered, and it would be able to explain things, the mechanics of pool funding, what's great about pool funding, the scalability factor that we have, all the great features and benefits of pool funding in a way that's very appealing. And maybe starting off by the AI agent can actually identify a need first, right? So, should you receive some funding, how would you use that? How much funding would you like, right? Those kind of questions that, if I was a human doing the same thing, that's really the starting point of the conversation. Is like, well, we're here to provide you funding that you don't need to pay back. What would be your funding needs? Can we talk about that? And then kind of drill down from there, identify something that motivates them, that they can say, okay, they have a need to be a part of what we're doing, so that they can access the leverage of our system, so that they can get the full benefit of what pool funding has to offer. So this is you know this is what I want to basically create that first on our website, the poolfunding.io website. The this AI salesperson, right, talks all about getting people into pool funding, and here's why. And then from there, then prepare them for um, you know um, what find out if they're already using digital currencies or not, and if not, prepare them for that experience so that they understand that it's a short process, but it's one that's different, and you have to be aware of what maybe some of the challenges of going from paper to digital currency, and in that be ready for that, right? Just be mentally ready for that, those challenges, because they come up more often than not. And that's what I'd like this agent to do. And upon the success of that, then we can then make like a sub version of it, like a sub agent that has the same persuasive power, but then you can give it its own name, its own voice, right? Male, female, whatever. And and then there we can layer other things that become available to customize it further as the technology rolls out. Okay, so there's always version 1, version 2, right? These things are kind of an ongoing development, and we're in the very early stages, and most people have not experienced an AI, a persuasive AI verbally, that's persuading them to do something. Okay, most people have not had that experience, and if we can be like at the front of that whole wave that we know is forming of persuasive AI, and the person's first experience would be like, it's almost like your first love. You never forget your first love, right? You might forget number 3 or 4 or whatever, but the first one you never forget, right? And it just kind of sticks with you. So if by being the first, if we can position ourselves to grow quickly and be the first, that people experience a persuasive AI and realize that it can be persuasive on anything, just needs to be trained to do so, right? And just understand that an AI agent, I mean, this is where things are going. I mean, I can see the possibilities is uncountable. There's so many of them, almost like the possibilities of what the internet as an idea, right? Think about the internet as an idea when it was first coming out in the 90s, and look what it's already turned into, So, uh, an AI agent, yeah, super disruptive. It's going to change everything. It's gonna be something that it'd be pretty, as normal as it is to have a smartphone today. Uh, Having an AI agent, and your own AI agent, is I think something that will also become a norm, but it won't take decades for that to happen. I think it's going to be a matter of only a year or two, and then it's just going to be widespread. So we're right at that beginning point. We want to take advantage of the timing, and and this will maybe alleviate some people's concern that pool funding lacks a product or service, right? But I always say, well, isn't funding fitting in that category? But some people just can't quite see it that way. But if you think what banks do, they provide funding. You know, if you check all their boxes, they'll provide funding. you know, but you have to pay it back. That's the thing with the bank. And but yeah, so if people, and like I've always said, the digital space, which goes way past just only an AI system, but it's anything digital, is where we can develop all kinds of products and services, um, that there's just a whole universe of possibility there. But this could be the beginning of that. Everybody having their own AI agent. So let me get your feedback on that. Where this a little jump into the future. What do you guys think about where my headspace is on this topic?
I think you're heading in the right direction.
Okay, good. All right.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, Paul. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. So, um, yeah, there's so much personal use cases of an AI agent. I start to think about what you could do when you lean on your own personal AI agent to you know I mean it can help you with your appointment setting for your calendar for even personal stuff, dentist appointments, birthday parties, or whatever that you might come up with. It can actually reach out for you and save you the time of having to do that, and just kind of just make event planning and all that more of a less taxing on your time. And it could be a companion in the sense that you're tapping into a knowledge base that's basically every book in the world kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like its ability to consume information and then come up with some sort of a summary analysis of that information and then have a verbal conversation about it with a human. It's just mind-boggling actually when I think about just how big that is. And so yeah, um, I mean it can get a little weird too. There's been movies about it. Have you guys ever seen the movie Her? People end up starting having,
Yes.
yeah, it's a movie called Her, and it's about a guy that literally, kind of falls in love with his AI operating system. So he upgrades to an AI operating system on his computer, and he's talking to her, and she's got that voice. I can't remember the actress. Who was the actress and who's the voice behind that? Really well known.
I think it was Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
I
that's right.
Yeah, I think
And
it was.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix.
so
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with Scarlett Johansson, but she's not a real person. She's just technology. But yeah, a very interesting movie, and that was back in was that in the 2000s? Or I mean, it wasn't like a couple years ago. It goes back a little way. So whoever put that movie together, they had some foresight into where things are going. But yeah, the more human-esque these intelligence become, the more appeal they have, right? Um, we really don't want to talk to a robot that talks like a robot, right? We'd much rather talk to a robot that has some human-esque personality to it, and yeah. So yeah, the world changing very quickly, and AI is definitely really the hot thing. And you take a look around the internet, everybody's talking about AI, regardless of what their main thing that they normally talk about, they're all talking about AI. So it's definitely got the attention of everyone right now. And I believe if we, launch this as a service, and we make it like super like a no-brainer type of well, that's a good deal, kind of a starter package. Um, and then basically that could also help with if it's a package, right? So basically make it so that your AI agent's tied to your longevity with pool funding, right? So if you cut the cord on the pool funding, then you're cutting the cord on your AI agent, right? So and we that would help us address attrition. Attrition could be reduced significantly if we could make such a killer deal, like a really great deal. I'm looking at stuff out there that people want, there's lots of things out there from $100 to $5,000. I mean, there's a whole range of things when it comes to these agents. Anyway, so I'm thinking of tying it into like the $10 pool. So basically, package deal, you get to start the $10 pool. You get an agent. It already knows everything about pool funding. Now you can just maybe send a few text messages out to people that you already know and just say, hey, I want to introduce you to my AI agent. And I can have the agent call you, and I want you to experience what that's like. Would you be open to that? And that's I think a lot of people would be willing to do that, whereas calling them up themselves and trying to have a conversation about full funding, there's some resistance to that because of self-doubt or whatever. People think that they lack the ability to pull it off, right? Complete the conversation successfully where they get someone to sign up. But if we train AI to do it as like a normal thing, like it has a high success rate, then the getting 4 people should not be a problem. Getting 2 should be like something that happens within a couple of days. You sign up, get 2 people, now you're in positive cash flow. Get 2 more people, now you've got the team that you need to get to a millionaire status, and then start scaling from there. If you want to amp it up to 8 people, 12 people, you've got the tool to make that happen, right? And then just if you do multiplication, if you start looking at 4 who get 4 yeah, it's explosive numbers. 8 who get 8 who get 8, that's like like 12 generations of that, and it's like everybody in the whole world. So we could experience explosive growth, which I just want you guys to realize that, when we get a couple of things right in place where they need to be, then explosive growth can ignite like an explosion. I mean, explosive, right? It could literally just explode into growth. And then of course that is what drives our, where our coins, we want our coins to be, go into very high pricing. Like we like to see PFP $500,000 to $1 million, and for it to be price stability in that range. And when it comes to PFI, $250,000 to $500,000 with price stability, and we can make that happen if there's explosive growth happening underneath it with the community. There's a demand for the currency and all that. So that's my update on that. So far with what we've been using, it's producing some signups. We've had plenty of click-throughs. The ratios look good on the very front end of the funnel. And what we just want to tighten up, keeping the as much as people that click through, turn that into a sell. This is called a sell. Want to sell everybody that clicks through as much as possible, and I think having the demo will make that happen. That'd be a big part of it. And that's coming soon. That's where 1 or 2 days away. Hopefully we'll have that in place very, very soon, maybe 3 days, if we end up having things to figure out that were unexpected. But once that's in place, I think people will be like, wow, this technology is powerful. Getting money that you don't have to pay back is a great idea. It all makes sense. Okay, let's go. All right, so that's that. Now, I know there's some strange things going on with MetaMask. I want to finish up today's training just with teaching you guys how to use PancakeSwap. Okay, so that's where that is the exchange where we have staked liquidity. So we've staked liquidity in PancakeSwap. There are various other exchanges that are interconnected with PancakeSwap. So you get like a multi, opportunity when you put liquidity into PancakeSwap. But PancakeSwap is the main go-to when it comes to tokens or coins on the Binance network. Let me just do a quick demonstration of how to do that. Here. Okay, so let me get into the right wallet. Let me use the guarantee wallet for a moment here. Okay, $20. I'll just do a demonstration doing $20 here. And we'll buy some PFI in today's case. Yeah, I got both PFP and PFI, but let's give PFI a little boost. $20. The PancakeSwap. Let me refresh this. I just want to take it from the top here. So let me disconnect real quick. All right, so I'm going to connect the wallet now to PancakeSwap. You know you're on the correct PancakeSwap. There are, scammers out there. You got to watch out for it. It's PancakeSwap.finance. Okay. So if you go to Google and type in pancake, you type in PancakeSwap, okay. The first thing that comes up is PancakeSwap.finance. Okay, guys. So that is the correct one. All right. So let's see here. I want to go PancakeSwap. All right, let's change this out to USDT. Let's change this to PFI. Let me get the PFI from the homepage. Okay, we need the contract address. Take the contract address, we'll put it into PancakeSwap. PFI, import. I understand, import. Okay, so we're going to do a trade of USDT to PFI. Okay. And notice that I'm doing this from the trade area. So I click on trade in the menu, then I click on swap. Okay. That takes me to here. USDT is already listed, but you have to have the contract address because there are more than one token out there named PFI. There's more than one token out there named PFB. So you need to have the contract address. That's why I showed you where to grab that from here on the homepage of Pool Funding. Okay. All right. To do a trade is very simple. Let's just do $20. And so we're going to connect the wallet, MetaMask. Okay, that is the right wallet. I'm going to go next. And I want to confirm that. Okay, now it's connected. Okay, now it will let me swap. So I'm going to click on swap and confirm swap. So unlike MetaMask, which for some reason they have their issues, sometimes you can swap, sometimes you can't. You should 100% of the time be able to complete a swap using PancakeSwap, 100%. Okay, should never be a problem. So we just added PFI. And we can see here in the wallet that it took $20 of the USDT here, and it added a bit here, $20 worth of PFI. That might have given a small bump to the price. So let's see here. According to this, we were at 4,400. Refresh. And down here, it's saying, so that took us to 4,000, almost 4,600. So almost a $200 increase on a $20 purchase there. So that's how much leverage is built in here, guys. Cuts both ways, by the way, but we know these prices are going to go up because the supply is very tight. But that's how you do trading on PancakeSwap. Did I demonstrate that well for everyone? Do you think that you can tell people to watch the tail end of this if they want to know how to do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
It was good. It was good for that computer, but not the phone.
Right. That was a computer demonstration, but yeah,
Yeah.
the phone would be a different experience, but not much different. It's still PancakeSwap.finance or is it an app? It's Pancakes.
It's a website.
It's a
The
website.
process is the process is very similar for mobile users.
Okay.
So not to worry.
All right. Thank you for the input, guys. Appreciate that. All right. Well, let me just go ahead and have us all say bye for now. We'll close out the recording. So you can unmute now and say bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.